Trudeau Show. Dial Kevin now at 888-99-KEVIN. Kevin. 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 This portion of the Kevin Trudeau Show is brought to you by MagneticoSleep.com. Help your body heal and literally change your life overnight at MagneticoSleep.com.
Are you getting the truth from mainstream media? Who's your favorite TV guy? Merry Christmas, you know? I love watching Bill O'Reilly. The only reason I watch the news is because I have to do research, you know? I don't just sit down here and do this show. I spend hours and hours and hours to do a show getting research for you. And you watch Bill O'Reilly smile, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And you think, what a wonderful guy. He's so kind. And he's got that book out, Bold, Fresh BS. You read this and well, what a wonderful, loving, sweet man Bill O'Reilly of Fox News is. Well, what would you say if you heard the other side of Bill O'Reilly? Can he be mean? Can he be abusive? Does he swear at his staff? Does he curse? Is he just an evil, mean, spirited person in real life? Well, everyone I know who's been on the show says he's a arrogant, mean, spirited person. Well, I'm not just saying this. Let's you be the judge. Take a listen to this. This is Bill O'Reilly. The Bill O'Reilly that you don't know. Off the air, he was reading his teleprompter. Again, you think he's actually saying stuff. He's reading a teleprompter that he did not write. He never writes what's on the teleprompter. He's a professional paid actor. He's paid to act. That's all he is. And he's reading the teleprompter for the first time, taping part of his show. You think his show is live. It's not. It's taped. So he's reading the teleprompter, and he doesn't know what's there. He's just reading it. He didn't write it. He's just reading it. And something came up that he didn't expect. And he got a little upset with his producer. Take a listen to this.
That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Now, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Sure.
There's no words there to play us out. What is...
For credits.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Oh, he's looking out for you. Big smile. He's looking out for you. Bill O'Reilly. Merry Christmas. Folks, this is the part of the news and the mainstream media that you don't know about. It's the evil side. It's the truth. The man behind the curtain is an evil man. And that's mainstream media, folks. That is the mainstream media. You're not hearing the truth. The government, our federal government, and the mainstream media work together to lie and deceive you. Big news story you're not hearing about, and these are examples of things you are not hearing. Now, we just had John Rappaport on, and he talked about being in the mainstream media, being an investigative reporter his whole life, 63 years old now. And he's blowing the whistle on what really goes on behind the scenes. He's exposing the corruption and the fraud just like me. That's why he's banned from mainstream media, and I'm banned from mainstream media because I'm exposing what really goes on. And if you think the Glenn Becks and the Rush Limbaughs and the Michael Savages and the Sean Hannitys are exposing things, if you think the Colbert Report or Jon Stewart is exposing, no. These are paid actors reading their teleprompter, doing their job, and they're paid $20 million, $30 million, $40, even $50 million a year to lie and deceive you. That's what it's about, because it's always all about the cash. Always all about the money. So here's a mainstream media story. Here's what should be a mainstream media story that you're not hearing. Former head of the CDC lands lucrative job as president of Merck Vaccine Division. This is the Centers for Disease Control. This woman, Dr. Julie Gerdending, is the past head, president, chief executive of the Centers for Disease Control, a government agency. And for years, she was out there telling you, the American citizen, to take your vaccines. Take your HPV vaccines, which we now know causes all types of damage. Take your chickenpox vaccine. Take your swine flu vaccine. She was on television just so upset when somebody was questioning whether they need the vaccine. She said, just shut up and take your damn vaccine. Just do what we tell you. That's this woman. Just shut up and do what we tell you. We're the government. Take your damn vaccine. All of a sudden, she resigns and gets paid tens of millions of dollars to become president of Merck's vaccine division. This, as John Rappaport just said on the show, is a huge conflict of interest. It's a huge story, number one, because it shows you that pharmaceutical companies own the government, CDC, and the FDA. The information you're getting from the FDA and the pharmaceuticals are the same. Lies. John Rappaport pointed out that in their own medical journals, over 100,000 people die each year from taking prescription and non-prescription drugs. And from other medical procedures, over 250,000 people die every single year. That's millions of people in a decade are killed by drugs. And somebody says, well, drugs are good for you. No. How many people were saved? How many lives were saved last year from drugs? Not 100,000 lives, folks. The government itself said more people die from taking drugs than from the diseases they are meant to treat. That's the fact. Yes, in crisis situations and in rare situations, to save someone's life, drugs and surgery are good. Heck, if I get into a car crash, rush me to the closest emergency room, use drugs and surgery, and save my life. But I'm not going to be taking an aspirin every day for the rest of my life to, quote, be healthy. That's stupid. I'm not going to be taking Lipitor for cholesterol. That's dumb. I have a cousin who's in a wheelchair because of that. And there are hundreds of thousands of other people that are either dead or paralyzed because they took Lipitor. And not one single person's life has been saved. There are tens of thousands of people that are dead because they took Lipitor. Not one life was saved. Thousands die every year from taking a single aspirin. Not one person's life was saved by taking an aspirin. High blood pressure medication, same thing. Do you understand? So let's take a look at Merck. Merck, and by the way, this is all documented evidence that has come out in court cases. Merck maintained a hit list of doctors to attack and neutralize. Do you understand? Merck, the drug company, maintained a hit list of doctors to attack and neutralize. Doctors that they were going to violently attack and neutralize because they were saying bad things about Merck. Merck had a pattern of threatening doctors who speak out against their drugs. They would violently attack in the media, in the press, and through other means anyone who threatened the profits of Merck. In other words, anyone who exercised their First Amendment rights, Merck went after. Merck has been found guilty of committing scientific fraud by hiding documents showing its drugs would kill people. This is a company you want to buy a drug from? Merck has been found guilty of dumping chemicals and vaccine waste products illegally into the public water systems. Do you understand? Where is the mainstream media talking about this? Merck was found guilty of hiring ghostwriters to write quote, independent scientific papers submitted to scientific journals, and lying, saying they were written by doctors independently. That is fraud in the largest degree. Merck was found guilty of committing blatant scientific fraud with its Vytorin cholesterol drug study. Found guilty. Folks, they always lie about the safety and effectiveness of their drugs. You cannot believe the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. You can't believe the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC. And you certainly 100% can't believe anything that the drug companies say.
The show considered subversive by the establishment. The Kevin Trudeau Show. Get him on the phone right now at 888-99-KEVIN.